What's going on, guys? It's your boy Evan here, back with another video. God, it's been such a long time since I've said those words. It feels so good to be saying those words again. So the point of this video is to really explain and kind of go into detail why I'm here, where I am, and what I'm studying. As I probably have mentioned in my last video. I think I've mentioned it before. But anyways, if you guys don't remember, I am currently 19 right now, and I'm actually going to be 20 in February, so that's actually a couple months away, so obviously very excited for that. And basically I'm in college now. I go to college in a small university in the town of Whitewater, Wisconsin, called University of Wisconsin Whitewater. I've absolutely been loving this school lately. It's one of those schools that really suits my style. It really fits my needs and it's really in my comfort zone, I guess you could say. The main reasons why I wanted to go to this school was because it's an hour-and-a-half drive from home, so it's not really that long of a drive. I can easily just go home if I really wanted to and come back. I went home a couple of times before, just to hang out with friends, see my family again. You know, I don't want to be too far away from home or people that I went to school with that are all the way across the country, which is ridiculous, but you know, that's where they want to go. So that's one reason why I wanted to go to school. Another reason was because I still have an immense passion for percussion music, and I was afraid that with certain universities that I was looking at, I would have to give up that passion. So I found out that this school actually had a really good fine arts department, and most importantly, another big reason why I wanted to go to the school, a marching band. I absolutely loved the hell out of marching band back when I did it in high school. I did it all 4 years. I did drumline all 4 years. I've had the absolute blast. I've had the absolute time of my life in drumline, and I just my first year of college, I was just, you know, I felt so empty without it. So when I found out that this school had a marching band, and surprisingly, after I actually came in, I realized that they were actually one of the best marching bands in the state, or one of the best college marching bands in the state. So that felt even better. Just to give a little background on the marching band, I tried out for drumline the last week of August, and I made bass drum 2. It wasn't necessarily the instrument that I wanted, but I still had a really fun time in drumline in general. I had an absolute blast. Everyone is just so nice and so welcoming, and we have a really good drumline too. We have a huge drumline, rather. Another reason why I wanted to come here was because they had the professions that I want to go in. Now, the professions that I'm here to study in, I'm looking into going for a major in graphic design and a minor in music. I'll get into a little bit later in this video on why I chose those professions, and I wanted to give a little bit of a background to both of those routes. But first off, I'm not done explaining why I like this school so much. Another reason, it doesn't cost that much to go here. At least from when I went to all the other universities, all the bigger universities, they charge a shit ton of money to go there, like over $50,000, maybe even $75,000 to go here. For here, it's way less. So that's another reason why I really chose this school. It's also a small campus, so it's not really that difficult to get around. You know, I just absolutely hate the big city schools like University of Illinois in Champaign, and I really don't like any of the Chicago schools. I don't like any of the schools. You know, I just don't like any of the schools in the big cities, because it's just so hard to get around. The whole campus is literally the city, and it's just, you know, just makes it so much more difficult. So I just wanted a university where it felt like home, it had what I wanted, and it wasn't that difficult to get around campus, to get to any of my classes, or to get to any of the like study places, or just whatever you need to do, really. And this school has it all too. Like, it has a you know, it has a place where I could practice my music. You know, it has places where I could work on like my stuff for my major. It has like study places. It has places to eat. It has places to hang out, play games. It has like, you know, stuff to do. I don't know, maybe I can show you guys some clips, or give you guys like a couple of mini tours at some point in my YouTube channel, but not really right now. Right now, I just really wanted to explain why I chose this school. So there you have it. University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. I'm having an absolute blast so far. So now, since I got that off my chest, now I wanted to give a little bit of a background on why I chose the professions that I wanted, that I am pursuing now. Originally, what I wanted to do was to actually flip-flop my major and minor and actually major in music ed and minor in graphics. For one thing, music ed just really didn't fit me. I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of half and half when it comes to music ed because I thought it'd be really cool to teach music, but I also thought it would be just a little bit too much for me to handle, and it's a really big responsibility teaching music to high schoolers, to middle schoolers, or to even college level people. So, I don't know, I just didn't really feel comfortable with that idea, so I just kind of like scrapped it. There was also another option to go into music performance, but I don't really like the idea of just playing music for the rest of your life. I mean, it sounds like a dream to me, but surprisingly, I don't want to play music for the rest of my life, just play music. So that's why I'm minoring in music, so I could still have music in my heart and just still use my knowledge in music at some point in my life. You know, I can perform on the side of my job, maybe I can do some pits for musicals, which are really fun, by the way. Doing pit percussion, pit orchestra for a musical is an absolute blast. I've done it once for a musical called The Addams Family, and I've had an absolute blast. So it's really, really fun. If you're a percussionist and you were considering that as an option, go for it. Moving on to my graphics major. Ever since I was little, I have always been so attached to digital media as a whole. Rather it's music, rather it's making videos, rather it's making movies, rather it's designing websites, rather it's graphic design, rather it's designing online, digital media, whatever. I have always been so attached to the idea of digital media. My senior year, I took a media tech class where basically you got to learn, the fundamentals of video making and so on and so forth. Now, there is a beginning level class and there's more of an advanced level class. For some reason, I got into the advanced class without getting into the beginner class. The beginner class was more of the fundamental side. Fundamental as in you get to learn camera angles, and you get to learn video editing software, you get to learn Final Cut Pro for Mac, Sony Vegas for PC, or Adobe Premiere, whatever you prefer. At my school, we learned Final Cut Pro. And then the advanced media tech class, we actually did what we call the morning announcements, where every day during homeroom, during seminar, whatever you guys like to call it, we would make morning announcements and we would broadcast them to the whole student body every day. I had an awesome time. I'm actually really glad that I got to skip that beginning media class and to go right into the announcements, because that's the reason why I wanted to take this class in the first place. I don't want to get too much into that. I just really wanted to explain my attachment to media tech. Now, why I chose graphic design was actually it came completely out of surprise. My senior year, they just introduced a graphic design program, and I decided, you know what, I'd give it a try. So I gave it a try, and I don't know what about it, I just instantly fell in love with it. In this graphic design class, you got to learn how to work Photoshop, how to work Illustrator, even how to work InDesign, like page layout. And you get to learn all of the careers that you go into as far as graphic design goes. You get to make t-shirts, you get to make advertisements, you get to make movie posters, or not just movie posters, just posters in general, and you get to, really show the world what you're capable of when it comes to digital media. And that's really what I wanted to do. I was attached with digital media, I'm still attached to music, and I still want that opportunity to show my knowledge in both of those careers to the world. So that's why at first I wanted to major in music ed and minor in graphic design. Now, like I said, you can't do that at this school. You can't minor in graphic design. You can minor in art, you can't minor in graphic design. And I just didn't like I don't know, there's certain aspects of art that I like, and there are certain aspects of art that I don't like. So I just didn't really like the idea of minoring in art. So I just went with the major in graphic design and the minor in music, so I could still do what I love. You know, it just felt comfortable. So there's that. So that's been the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, please leave a comment below if you guys want, and don't forget to subscribe. Now I do have a couple ideas in the future already for upcoming videos. I have drum covers in mind. I'm just trying to put all the pieces together. So until then, my name is Evan, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.